YouTube is offering up to $300,000 for podcast creators to make video versions of their shows to upload to the YouTube platform. Hey, what's up, creators? I'm Trevor Current, and welcome to my channel. In a recent article from Bloomberg, YouTube is reportedly offering up to $300,000 for podcasters to make video versions of their shows to be uploaded to the YouTube platform. This information comes from an unidentified source, but obviously it's somebody with inside information. So the money is going to be provided in the form of grants. So I would assume that you as the creator will need to apply for the grant, get approved, and then you'll be awarded the money. YouTube is offering up to $50,000 for individual shows and $200,000 to $300,000 for podcast networks. YouTube is offering this money to help offset the costs of video production, including your studio build-out, your new equipment, hiring editors, and your publishing workflow. YouTube has unintentionally become a pretty powerful platform for discovering podcasts. Podcasters have been taking their audio file and creating some type of video out of it and uploading it to YouTube for years. Then they would promote that they have a video version of their show on YouTube and to go watch it and subscribe. And you know what? The super fans would do that. They would watch because they really want to connect with the podcaster on another level. Listening to the podcast in your ears or in the car or while you're at the gym, it's a great way for the listener to feel like they know the podcaster, like they know the creator. But when you watch the video, it allows them to connect with the creator on another level. Now you're seeing the person, you're seeing them in front of the microphone, you're seeing them record their show, you're seeing them do their interviews. So that really makes a deeper connection with the creator. So of course, the more views you get on a video, the more the YouTube algorithm takes notice and shares that video with other people they think might be interested. And of course, once they watch the video, they learn about you, they learn about your podcast, and then they can go subscribe to it in Apple or Google or Spotify or wherever they listen to their podcasts. A great example of this is Joe Rogan. So he's got his podcast that's up on Spotify. He takes and records video of the recording of the podcast when he's doing his interviews with his guests, the banter that goes back and forth in the studio there. People love this stuff. And he'll take clips of this video and put it on YouTube. And he's obviously limited to just clips, like 10, 15-minute clips, probably because of his deal with Spotify. But he's got 12 million subscribers on YouTube. That's a lot of people who are watching his videos, who are watching these segments, and who are ultimately going over to Spotify to listen to the full show. YouTube has obviously been following this trend, and they want to try and capitalize on the podcast content that's being uploaded to their platform. So in the fall of 2021, YouTube hired a longtime executive by the name of Kai Chuck to lead the podcasting effort. YouTube has been taking small steps to enter the podcasting space, and one of the steps they took was they stopped charging YouTube app users in Canada for a premium feature that allowed them to listen while they were doing other things. So they could listen in the background, they could go on their device, and they could go into other apps. So this is very typical, obviously, of listening to music or listening to podcasts. YouTube is a content platform, and they want as much content on their platform that's quality as they can get. So they're really looking to connect with podcasters who have followings, who can bring their content and their fans to the YouTube platform. So the question is, should you create a video version of your podcast and upload it to YouTube? There are lots of opinions out there, so let's take a look at some of the pros and cons. We'll start with the cons first. Some people say you should not upload your podcast to YouTube. They say it's duplicate content. YouTube should have different content. It should provide additional value. And I get that. I totally agree. But the uploading your podcast is great for that discovery. It's great for new people to find your podcast, to find the video version of your podcast, get to know about you, get to enjoy the show, perhaps go over and subscribe to the audio version. But it's also a great way to share additional content with your existing audience and also for the new people that are coming in. Audio files with a still image or one of those moving waveform images are not engaging. And to that, I agree. They really don't provide much visual value. YouTube is a video platform, so there needs to be visual value. So just uploading with a still image or that waveform is not helpful. The workflow is completely different and takes a lot more time to produce a show. And with that, I also agree. Video is much more time consuming. You not only do you have the additional step of shooting the video, but then you have the import, which takes a lot more time. And then you have the editing and, of course, the uploading. But even before all of that, you have the prep. You want to make sure that you look good. You want to make sure that you're camera ready. You want to make sure that your lighting is the way it needs to be, that your background is clear and free of distractions. So there is a lot more time that goes into prepping to shoot video than it is just for recording audio. Now let's look at the pros. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world next to Google. And of course, Google owns YouTube. So everything on YouTube gets indexed in the Google search engine. You're already creating the content for your podcast. You've done your homework, you've researched your topic, you've created your show notes, and you're all ready to record your audio. Well, adding in that camera does take more time for sure, but you're not starting from scratch. It's not something that's completely different. You're already doing the work, so now you're just adding another level to the work that you're already doing. Repurposing your podcast for other platforms is a lot easier than creating unique content to be used on each platform. More people are watching YouTube than are listening to podcasts. It's a great way to grow your audience on another platform. As your viewership grows on YouTube, you'll have the opportunity to monetize your content through their advertising partner program. You're giving your superfans another way to engage with you. So you may say, what is a superfan? Well, a superfan is someone who loves everything you do. They will listen to your podcast. They'll watch your videos. They'll follow you on social. They'll read your blogs. And ultimately, if you're selling a product or service, they'll buy from you. It's a different experience for a viewer to see what you're doing rather than just listening. It gives them a way to engage at a deeper level. It also makes them feel like they know you personally, even though maybe you guys have never met. And when you're doing an interview style show, it's a great way for your fans to see what the person looks like who you're interviewing. They may know what you look like, but they may not know what your guest looks like. So again, it becomes more engaging. And a super fan is somebody who will act on your request to like, share, comment. That's really important. I know me personally, there are several people on YouTube, several creators on YouTube that I follow, and I just love what they do. I'm really into like the outdoors, working with tractors and wood cutting and stuff. I live in the country, so I find that interesting. I'm also into off-roading and, rock crawling and stuff like that. So there's a couple creators I'm connected with. And you know what? When I'm watching the video and they simply say, hey, if you enjoyed this, give it a like and share it with your friends. And that always triggers me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to like it because I really enjoyed the content. I know that it's beneficial for the algorithm to see these likes, to see the comments, and to see the share. And ultimately, that's how your videos are going to get recommended to other people on YouTube who may be interested in what you're producing. You can create highlight clips of your podcast. So if your show is maybe an hour long, you might be able to pull 2 or 3 golden nuggets out of there that are maybe like 5 or 10 minutes long and upload those to your YouTube channel. Another way to go is YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts are blowing up right now. They're really being pushed. YouTube is really trying to compete with TikTok. So if you have videos that you can make into shorts, 1 to 2 minutes long, and you do the appropriate title and tags and descriptions, you'll get found. And that will help drive traffic over to your YouTube channel. And it will also help drive traffic to your podcast on Apple, Google, and Spotify, where they can subscribe and listen. So let's talk about your studio setup and your workflow. Many creators think that they have to have the best of everything. It's got to be perfect before they put a video out. And it really doesn't need to be that way. It doesn't need to be that complicated. All you need is really a simple background. My background, you're looking in this video, is more complex. I've got a lot going on. I've got lighting. I've taken a lot of steps to try and make this background look good. But you can do something that's a lot more simple. Lighting, basic lighting. You don't need any expensive LED video lights or big light boxes. All you need, you could get away with a desk lamp with a color balanced bulb. That's all you need. You can get away with window light. The problem with window light is it's inconsistent. So I definitely recommend artificial light, but you don't need anything special. You can get a desk lamp, 2 desk lamps, a couple of color balanced bulbs. You can get those LED bulbs from the store that are balanced out at 4,500, 5,000 Kelvin. That's where you want to be. It gives you that nice natural light. And you don't need an expensive camera. You could use your cell phone. With today's cell phones, they're really good. They're really good. The image that you can get out of these cell phones are definitely good enough to put on YouTube. So you don't need to spend a lot of money on a camera to get started. You can always upgrade your camera and your equipment later on. The biggest thing is to just do it, just get it done. Editing the video, the audio part of that video is the most important thing. And as you know, you're a podcaster, you've been producing these podcasts, you've got amazing audio. You want to have that same audio in your video. So you don't want to use the mic built into your camera. You definitely want to make sure that you've got a quality audio feed either coming from your mixing board into your camera, or that you're syncing your audio in post-production and that you have the best audio possible. When you're done with your edit, you can export your video for uploading to YouTube, and you can also export a version to upload to your podcast host. So you don't need to do 2 edits. You can only do 1 edit. Just now you're editing in a video application as opposed to editing in an audio application. You want to make your videos as engaging as possible. Don't overthink it, don't overcomplicate it, but just be expressive, be animated. Let your personality come through. Look into the camera as opposed to looking down at show notes or something like that. That will help to engage with your viewer, making that eye contact. And I recommend using earbuds as opposed to, the big earmuff style. Unless you're a gamer and you're doing some gamer stuff, and that, big headset with the mic boom and the lights and everything is part of your look, that's fine. But otherwise, I recommend using, discreet earbuds that wrap around the back of your ears. They can clip onto the back of your shirt, and it will definitely look a lot better on camera. And then you want to dress to reflect your personality and your public persona. Who do you want your audience to perceive you as? So I don't recommend, sweatpants and a ripped shirt and stuff. Unless that's the vibe you're going for. Take a little bit of time, get camera ready, do your hair, ladies, do your makeup, men if you need it, and, put on a nice shirt. Like in my videos, you see from my chest up. So I'm not standing up from the camera. So I could just be wearing sweatpants or my underwear. You don't know, and I don't need to tell you. You can also add in B-roll video footage for interest. You can add in still images for interest. You can cut between thoughts, and you kind of can zoom in a little bit and zoom out a little bit. That just adds visual interest, and you're not really creating a massive complex production. You're not doing multiple cameras. You can keep it fairly simple. You can get it done in a little bit more time than what an audio production would be, but it's still manageable. It's still something that you can do. So just to wrap it up with some final thoughts, I know not everybody wants to be on camera. Not everybody feels comfortable. They feel self-conscious. They have to worry about being camera ready. They have to worry about looking good. The workflow is more complicated. I get that, but I think the benefits greatly outweigh the additional amount of work. You have to start somewhere. The first few videos, they're not going to be great. That's fine. They don't have to be. But just get in the flow, get in the process, start somewhere, get the first one uploaded, get the second one uploaded, and things will greatly improve from there. And you will start seeing benefits from having a video version of your podcast on YouTube. As creators, we need to constantly be evaluating opportunities to see what's going to work for our workflow, what's going to work for our production, what's going to work for our business, and what doesn't. And you need to explore them. You need to grow. You need to take advantage of the technology that's out there to keep increasing your audience base for your show. Having a niche audience is great, but it's very powerful and beneficial to continue to grow your audience and to keep building your audience. Many, many opportunities that will open up that you may not have otherwise. And as creators, you know how important your online presence is. Whether you're producing videos for social, sharing your expertise in your podcast, or creating amazing digital art, your website should be the hub that links all of your profiles together. If you don't have a website or are looking for a website upgrade, I'd like to introduce you to my company, Launch Engine. Launch Engine is the fast, affordable way to launch your new business website. In just 10 business days, we'll build you a beautiful, professionally designed, mobile-friendly website that will help grow your creative business. Use it to capture leads, manage your podcast, sell memberships and courses, build a community, or simply blog about your passion. Whatever your needs are, we can customize your website with tools to help you grow your business and make more money. Don't spend weeks or months learning DIY website software. Launch Engine will take care of all the technical work. We'll build, host, maintain, and protect your site so you can focus on creating the content your audience loves. Visit launchengine.net/TC to learn more and use discount code TC50 at checkout to get $50 off the setup fee. I want to thank you for spending your time with me. If you've enjoyed this video, if you've got something out of it, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and click that subscribe button. I'm just getting started with this channel, and I would love your support. Well, that's it for now. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.